स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः.
Every year, thousands of Hindu devotees come to visit the sacred Kailash Parvat and Manasarovar Lake, situated in the China's autonomous region of Tibet, from across the globe, especially neighboring country India via Nepal. Tibet is the world's highest plateau, which is surrounded by Himalayan range in the south, Karakoram range in the west, and Kunlun mountain in the north. Tibet is taken as a unique land because of its climate, height, and land structure. It has so many high mountains, and it is also the source place of many rivers like Brahmaputra, Satluj, Indus, and Karnali. Most of the pilgrims travel to China's autonomous region Tibet via Nepal's route because it is the shortest and easiest. The Managing Director of Monte Rosa Treks and Expedition Private Limited, Mr. Ganesh Nyopane, welcomed all the Indian origin Hindu guests coming for Kailash Manasarovar tour on arrival at Tribhuvan International Airport with Rudraksha garland and flowers. Then, guests are transferred to 5-star Hotel Radisson with best accommodation provisions. In the evening time, pilgrims are taken to Pashupatinath temple for Arati Darshan. They are well guided by religious guide who clarifies them about the importance of the temple, Arati, and to have divine view of Lord Pashupatinath. The currently appeared Pashupatinath has been mentioned in the Veda, sacred scriptures of the Hindus, while other Jyotirlinga has been mentioned only in the mythological books. According to this, Tatpurus is at east, Saddhojat is at west, Bamdev is at north, and Aghor is at south, and Ishan is at upright side inside Pashupatinath temple. All these forms are lively visible besides Ishan, which cannot be seen by our virtual eyes. Next day, early in the morning, Kailash pilgrims are taken to Pashupatinath for Rudra consecration called Rudravishek. 11 Brahmins or priests prepare for fire offering home in the pavilion Mandap and do Sankalpa Pooja in the beginning, followed by Swasti Bachan preaching, Nyas, Rudra preaching, and Mahamritunjay death victory puja. The word Rudra, meaning fearful Lord Shiva, has come from Rudravishek, Rudranti iti Rudri, Rudri yoge metal. It means there is pain, violence, greed among people in this earth, and we perform religious hymn in praise of God Shiva so that he escapes people from all these miseries of life and grants justice, good health, prosperity, peace, and salvation. This is why Rudri is done for peaceful life. After performing entire rituals at Pashupatinath, pilgrims return back to hotel. At noon, after lunch, they are taken to have divine view or darshan of Buddhanilakanta Vishnu temple. And Bodhanath Stupa. Next day, After having our breakfast in the hotel at Kathmandu, we moved towards Tribhuvan International Airport at around 8:30 in the morning. We take 1 hour 30-minute flight to land at the Gongar Airport of Tibet, enjoying the views of marvelous Himalayan ranges along with the world's highest peak, Mount Everest, while being on this flight. It takes around 1 hour to reach Lhasa city from Gongar Airport via means of transportation. The amazing scenes of naked hills, settlement at the bottom of hills, agricultural land full of crops make our journey more enjoyable. Then we reach hotel and take rest. There are 4-star luxury hotels at Lhasa. Also, there are Nepali restaurants with Nepali and Indian cuisine. We manage vegetarian food for our pilgrims in these restaurants, as all of our pilgrims are vegetarians. On the second day, we visit the palace of Dalai Lama, the Potala Palace, Dzongkhang Monastery, Barkhor Bazaar, which are the worthy and attractive places to visit in Lhasa. Lhasa is the capital as well as the biggest city of Tibet. This city with wide roadways, sky-kissing buildings is not less attractive than any developed Western countries. Lhasa city is at an altitude of 3,600 meters above sea level. The Potala Palace lies at the middle part of Lhasa city, and it is situated in a place at 150 meters height. The palace is also the adjoining place of meditative office building and administrative office building. The red palace symbolizes meditation, whereas the white palace signifies transparent administration. In Tibetan language, Lhasa means the land of gods and goddesses. The Potala Palace was built at the time of Songtsan Gompo in the 7th century. The 5th Dalai Lama extended the palace to its present size. At this time, it also succeeded in becoming the main political and religious palace of the Dalai Lama. There are gold-plated entombment plays of the 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th Dalai Lama at Potala Palace. All these can be seen besides 13th Dalai Lama's. Entombment of the 6th Dalai Lama is yet unknown and mysterious. Likewise, experts say that the funeral rites of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th Dalai Lama was done at Dzongkhang Monastery, and then the ashes were kept safely there. The current 14th Dalai Lama is living in India since 1959. After spending 2 nights at the capital city of Tibet, our journey to Kailash Manasarovar begins by traveling in our coach. From Lhasa, 1 hour drive takes us to Brahmaputra river, and by passing on the riverside way, we reach to Singatse. It is the second biggest city after Lhasa. There are fine luxury hotels for lodging, and we have arranged a meal for our pilgrims in a Nepali restaurant. Here is a huge monastery which is popularly known as Tashilimpu Monastery. After sightseeing for some times, our journey proceeds towards New Tingri. Enjoying the mesmerizing views on the way, we reach to a place called New Tingri. We spend one night at New Tingri. On the next day, 3 hours of journey from New Tingri takes us to Rambuk. There are hotels, lodges, and one Buddhist monastery at this place. Driving for 30 minutes from Rambuk, we reach Everest Base Camp, where we can see small tented area and curio shop, while some people sell goods in the open space as well. Mount Everest is seen too close and beautiful from this spot. Wow! Mount Everest Base Camp is situated at an altitude of 5,200 meters above sea level. The view of northern face of the sky-kissing Mount Everest is so close to our eyesight. It looks amazingly beautiful. Everest Base Camp is said to be the must-visit place at least once in our lifetime. After having a complete view from Everest Base Camp, we proceed via Rambuk, Old Tingri, follow the route of Kailash Yatra and reach Sagha. There are 4-star hotels for accommodation. This very beautiful place is Saga Bazaar. Spending one night at Saga, we move forward and reach to the adjoining point of Brahmaputra River. Brahmaputra is basically formed from the amalgamation of 2 rivers, one flowing from Gandhi Sea River of Himalayan range and other is Tima Yangjong River flowing from Tibetan Himalayan ranges and flow through Saga, Sigatse and other places at Tibet and ultimately gets mixed into the Gulf of Bengal. Passing Dongba, Prayang, here we stop our van or bus and have our lunch. After lunch, driving continues. We reach at Hor, near the holy lake Manasarovar, observing beautiful scenes and naked hills. From here, we can have the fantastic view of Manasarovar Lake, Mount Gurla Mandata and Kailash Parvati. The Manasarovar Lake circumambulation is of a total of 102 kilometers distance. According to the local people, it takes 3 days to circumambulate for local residents, but it takes 5 to 7 days for the tourists or pilgrims by walking. The lake is very beautiful. We cannot identify the other part of the lake by our bare eyes. Ducks are playing and swimming in the edge of the lake. We reach to Chiu Monastery after approximately 2 hours driving from Hor. There are mud-built lodges and guest houses. This is the guest house that we have chosen to stay here. Manasarovar Lake, also known as Brahma's Lake or Mapam Yumtso Lake, the word Manas means mind or consciousness and Sarovar means lake. It has held deep spiritual influence and wide religious implications among Hindus and Buddhists. Making round of the lake and taking a dip in it is believed to purge one's soul from sins and the body from sickness. This lake is so gigantic that it takes 3 full days to just go around its peripheries. Ancient Hindu scriptures indicate this lake as a must-visit place for someone who wants to attain salvation, the highest level of achievement in Hindu religion. The cascading waves of the lake in the wind look very charming. As described in Ramayana, it is said that the person who moves around the Manasarovar Lake and bathes with its pure water reaches the heaven directly after death. Similarly, it is written that the person who drinks the water of this lake recognizes the Shiva Lok, the palace of Lord Shiva. Kailash Parvat is situated about 58 kilometers far in the north from Manasarovar Lake. According to Hindu traditional heresy, it is believed that Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati take bath each day at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in this lake. It is said that pilgrims who stay at this place at night, they can lively watch the god there. Mainly it is believed that people can see or visit the god Shiva and goddess Parvati at the night of full moon. This Manasarovar Lake covers a very large area that is pure place. It is mentioned in Hindu religious books that all the Hindus must reach there at least once in their lifetime. Next day, in the morning, pilgrims are going to Manasarovar Lake riding on the bus or walking from the guest house or mud houses. Pilgrims are seen taking holy dip into the lake, offering water, flowers, money to the god and splashing water among each other with much joy and enthusiasm. All the pilgrims are seen meditating for Lord Shiva and reciting the names of their ancestral gods, performing homes, offering grains mixed with butter to the fire in the name of gods in order to relieve themselves from any kind of sins which they might have committed knowingly or unknowingly. After completing homes, they are exchanging happiness by cuddling each other, much to the amusement of the onlookers. Everybody is doing arati, oil-fed lamps, and praying by joining their hands. As the weather is clear today, pilgrims are able to gaze upon the beautiful Manasarovar Lake and Kailash Parvat comfortably. After bathing at Manasarovar Lake, we return back to hotel riding on bus. Pilgrims now are heading towards Darshan, and we stop for a while in front of Chiu Monastery and observe Kailash Parvat, Manasarovar and Rakshas Lake. Rakshas Tal, Monster Lake. This lake is named on the basis of Hindu traditional story. Hindu people believe that carnivorous monsters are hiding into the dark water. On the basis of this belief, people call it Rakshas Tal and stay away from this lake, believing it as the symbol of dark and destructive power. According to traditional religious story, The water of this lake is poisonous and fatal. So, to replace the poisonous water of this lake, a tunnel was made from Manasarovar Lake. The pure water of this lake and a golden fish was sent in this lake. Late, this fish was found alive. From it, people's negative attitude towards the lake changed and they started to go nearer to it, but they still don't drink the water. According to Hindu mythology, in Treta Yuga, the monster Ravana has made Lord Shiva happy meditating in this lake. Rakshas Lake lies in the west to Manasarovar Lake. It is situated at an altitude of 4,540 meters above the sea level. In Manasarovar Lake, there are many birds, including ducks. But in Rakshas Lake, there are any birds at all. Now we are going towards Darshan. Darshan is also known as the Golden City, located at the base of Kailash Parvat. When we reach at Darshan, we directly entered into the 4-star Hotel Kailash Himalaya. We get off the coach and move towards the room and rest for some time. Today, we are preparing for Kailash circumambulation or Kora. We get into the bus and move towards Yam Dwar, observing Darshan city. It takes 20 minutes for Blue Bus to reach there, as it is at the distance of only 7 kilometers. This place is also known as Tarboche. Getting off from the bus at Yam Dwar, all the pilgrims are offering to Lord Shiva. Then we moved around the Yam Dwar for 3 times. According to Hindu religion, this place is known as the gate of the god of death, Yam Dwar. From here, physically disabled pilgrims distantly pay homage to Kailash Parvat and return home because the visit of Yam Dwar is believed to get equally religious gain as they do for Kailash Parvat itself. Journey on foot begins from Yam Dwar. This path, trail, is somehow busy with pilgrims, horses, local porters, yaks, and Nepali workers. The sacred religious place Kailash Parvat is located on the height of 6,714 meters above sea level. This region is supposed to be at the most pure religious place. It is supposed to be the central part of the world and origin of the world before the origin of Hinduism, Jainism and Buddhism. Kailash Parvat is glorified in the holy books like Ramayana and Mahabharata. According to the ancient Asian stories, the civilization is incomplete without the description of Kailash Parvat. Kailash Parvat is located in Tibet. Scientific research of this region is not satisfactory. Different religious groups like Shiva, Hindu, Buddhist, Jain and Bonpo are respecting Kailash equally, though they explained it differently. In the Shiva and Buddhist traditional literature, Kailash is described as the part of Sumeru, which is supposed to be the center of the world. It is believed to be the residence of Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati as per Hindus. Buddhists respect it in the name of Kang Rimoche. Buddhists have accepted Kailash great natural mandala. Jains worship as Ashtapad for this isolated peak. The founding father of this religion, Rishabdev, had got spiritual salvation in the same place. The total periphery of Mount Kailash is 53 kilometers and pilgrims should walk 38 kilometers within 3 days. As described in Hindu myth, a person who moves around the Kailash Parvat will be free from all the sins made in lifetime. If they move round the Parvat for 108 times, they directly get nirvana. It is also said that a person who moves Nandi once, he or she gets return as equal of moving around the Kailash for 13 times. We start our journey for 3 days from Yam Dwar. The necessary stuffs were carried by yaks, porters and horses. Those who need horses and porters have to request Tibetan guide at least 2 days earlier for booking. Those who can't walk on their foot can visit it riding on horse as well. From Yam Dwar, we go to Tading Jongkhang after 3 hours walking through the bank of Lachu River for a lunch spot. The western face of Kailash Parvat is clearly seen from here. Below the Parvat, we can see a huge stone of portrayed elephant shape, which is also called Airavat. It is believed God Indra rode on it. After 2 hours long walk, we can reach to Dirapuk. There is a Dirapuk monastery situated on the edge of Lachu River. The name of this place is given from the name of monastery itself. This monastery is located on the height of 4,900 meters above sea level. The scene of Kailash from here is like the heaven. Hundreds of pilgrims arrive at Dirapuk from Yam Dwar riding on the horse or on their foot. Kailash Parvat is regarded as the form of Lord Shiva, and the water flowing from its snowy tip is worshipped as holy river Ganges or Ganga. Walking for about 3 hours steep upward, we can reach at the bottom of this holy mountain. This is called Kailash Touch Tour. It means religiously touching the feet of Lord Shiva. Observing from Dirapuk, Mount Kailash is seen in between Mount Manjushri at the right side and Mount Bajrapani on the left side. River Ganges, originated from Mount Kailash, meets Lachu River and gets mixed into Rakshas Lake. After breakfast, we move towards. Today, we have to go for Dormala Pass following our Tibetan guide. After 1.5 hours walking from Dirapuk, we arrived at Shivasthal. The normal route for Kailash circumambulation is through Ganesh Kunda, Dolmala and Gauri Kunda. This scene is of Dolmala Pass. This is on the height of 5,636 meters from the sea level. This is the tallest and most exciting place of our journey. People can worship here. Our pilgrims are busy in capturing photographs. In this pass, people may suffer from headache and vomiting, but it becomes normal as soon as they climb down. After walking down for 10 minutes, we can see Gauri Kunda. This pond seems completely iced. But when there is no snowfall, we can see clear, transparent water at Gauri Kunda. Walking steep downward for about 1 hour from Dormala Pass, we reach to Sapchidatok. Pilgrims riding horse should walk the distance from Dormala Pass to Sapchidatok, as the way is quite difficult and steep. After resting for some time, we again move forward. The route after this is straightforward, and we can also ride horse from here. 3 hours of walking takes us to Juthulpuk, that is known as the least facilitated place of this journey. This is the second day of our circumambulation. On the next day, we begin to move early in the morning after having our breakfast. After walking for 3 hours, we reach to Chongdo. Our trekking ends from this place, as we can travel by vehicles from here. Unloading all our stuffs from the yak, we farewell the caretakers of yak and reach Darshan. During 3-day Kailash Parikrama or Kailash round, one can see 4 faces of Kailash Parvat, which are south face, west face, north face, and east face. Pilgrims can do worship or darshan of 4 different faces of Kailash Parvat. After taking our day meal, we proceed towards Manasarovar Lake. Pilgrims fetch sacred water of Manasarovar and move forward. We follow the same way to Tsaga, Sigatse, and Lhasa. Finally, we take a flight from Lhasa to Kathmandu and transfer to the hotel. We always try to keep our guests happy and satisfied. Therefore, we have managed for well-behaving, friendly human resource with best cooks for serving tasty food to our valuable guests. The journey of Kailash and Manasarovar is very important, not only from religious point of view. It is equally significant from the perspective of tourism. The management of this journey is made by Monte Rosa Treks and Expedition Private Limited, situated in Kathmandu, Nepal. We are waiting for you to join us for such an exciting and unforgettable trip in the future. Atithi Devo Bhava. Guest is God.